Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Elite Ultras have been a part of Halo for a while. I think was it Reach that introduced them? And they've been around off and on. But Mega didn't actually introduce a piece to make an Elite Ultra until the Halo Infinite line. And there's been kind of some disagreement on whether or not they are a good representation. I personally think these figures are really cool, but I know that there are some of you that don't like it as much, and also just don't like the fact that even in Infinite, their helmets are a bit smaller. I think in general, the parts here are used for other elites. The helmets are the main thing that differentiates them. But what I wanted to do today was just kind of go through, give a quick look at all of them and then compare them, kind of see which ones are the best, because we have a little handful of them now. Mega has been kind of slowly churning them out in different colors. I'm still waiting for like a purple one. Purple one would be great. Mega, when is the purple one coming? But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in, and we will start with one of the earliest ones. So this guy was, I think, honestly, the first one that we saw, the first Ultra that we saw in Mega form. This is from Halo Heroes Series 12, the Silver Ultra. He's the only one with print. So we got print on the shoulders, which is really cool. Print on the helmet. Print on the chest plate as well. Nothing on the legs or the lower arms. And the lower arms, silver is slightly different than the rest of the figure. That might just be because of the plastic used, like the softer plastic. I think that's typically what Mega has in terms of like their color differences. It happens with their metallic green and some of their other colors as well. But it's a really cool figure. I like this one a lot. I actually have a couple of them. The helmet was great to see, especially with this print on the top. It looks really cool because that's like molded in there and then they just paint it into the molding. So that's really neat. It was really good to get this figure. I was very happy with it when it first came out. His weapon, which we're not really going to talk about the weapons, but his weapon was also of note because it was the return of is this the plasma repeater? It's a little bit difficult for the figure to hold, but it looks fantastic. So this was a very notable figure, and it remains a standout because of how much print it has. Pretty much the same time as Halo Heroes Series 12 was coming out, the kind of mainline Infinite sets were coming out, including the Banished Banshee Breakout, which included this guy right here, which I'm happy that they just went all out on using the Ultra mold right away, just hammered two out. This guy only has the print on the top of his head, no other print on him, but he uses this really neat off-white color that we've seen a couple other times. I think Kelly used it for her Infinite form, but it just looks really cool. It's really interesting. I do think we need a classic one, a white one with red markings at some point, but getting this off-white was really nice. He's got blue eyes in that mask. Looks really nice. And aside from that, he's plain, but he works. Honestly, I'd love to get another one of these and give him a wash with like the Nuln oil or something, because I think that would look absolutely sick. This guy was introduced with the Mercenary Combat Unit, which was a very difficult to find set. One of those weird ones that was like, hey, it's coming out, and then it just didn't show up, and then suddenly it was in discount stores like Big Lots and Ross. I luckily did find some in stores, which is why this guy is in my collection. And I'm really happy about it because I love this red. I love the fact that he's also the same red as the elites from the Marine Customizer pack. So you can kind of have him lead some of those elites. The blue eye print looks fantastic, stands out so well against the red. And then, of course, he's got a little bit of the dark gray on top. He doesn't have any other print, but it's really good to get him in red. This guy might be my favorite, honestly. I'm not sure. I just am a sucker for red, and this really delivers on that front. I mean, he's just solid red. It's just really cool. I really like this one. I would have maybe liked a little bit of print on the chest or something, but again, it doesn't really need it. He's pretty cool as is. If I remember correctly, this guy was introduced in Halo Infinite Blind Bag Series 2. I think this was Series 2. And he's got a very, very Spec Ops look. I really do wish that his eyes had been done in like a green. I think that would have really sealed the Spec Ops vibes. But the all gray is really cool. And I think the fact that he has no print actually helps here because he's supposed to look low profile and kind of sneaky. And I think the lack of print actually helps that look a lot. He's really good, very solid. I don't feel like there's a ton to say about him just because of how simple but good he is. So if you don't have one of these already, highly recommend you get one. Yes, the Diamond Armor Elite. So this guy is interesting for a handful of reasons. First of all, he has green eyes, which, come on, Mega, you gotta put the green eyes on the gray dude. Although putting light blue eyes on a light blue Elite Ultra would not really have worked out. Also, he's got the newer Elite hands, which are actually the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hands. So that's kind of interesting. He's the only one to actually use that. And then, of course, he's got this bright teal look. And he really looks like he's wearing diamond armor from Minecraft, which is kind of fitting now that there are Minecraft things in Cursed Halo. But see, look, diamond armor. It's not exactly the same shade, but this is also Lego's interpretation. But yeah, look at that. They're ready to go fight some creepers. Maybe kill the Ender Dragon. This guy was in Halo Infinite Series 3, I think. I could be wrong. I could have mixed up this guy and the last guy. But he's very, very bright. Very, he's an acquired taste. I think he's cool, but I can understand for those of you who don't like it because it's just a very bright and kind of non-Covenant-like color. But I think it's cool. I know that there are a lot of you who do like it, and I know that there are some of you who don't like it, and I would say that all of those opinions are entirely valid. Our last figure is the Gold Elite Ultra. This is the most recent one. This guy is in the Mongoose Outriders set, which is still weirdly hard to get. It showed up on Amazon US for a brief time before it sold out, and people have already received their orders, a lot of them. So I'm hoping for a restock. But yeah, this guy is in the Mongoose Outriders, and he is a bit odd because, well, mine is a bit odd because his neck joint is like extra rubbery, so posing his head is a little hard because it like kind of wants to go back. So it's kind of weird. Also, they reverted to the older hands for him, oddly. I have zero clue what the thought process was behind it. I don't. I'm confused. But it is what it is. It doesn't really detract from the figure, in my opinion. The gold color is great, and he also matches the gold Warlord from the Scorpion, which is awesome. You could build a squad. Well, if the Mongoose Outriders was available, you could build a squad with the Warlord in the lead and the Ultras following, but with the availability, I don't really know how possible that is. But this is a very nice looking figure, and the blue eyes return. Mega seems to really like using the blue eyes for these dudes. But in this case, I think it works really well. Well, there you have it. That is every Elite Ultra that Mega has made so far. Or I should actually say every Elite Ultra in the new articulation style, because they did do some old articulation Ultras, but I think that will be saved for another video. I'd like to get one next to these guys here and just compare them. But for now, this is kind of my ranking of them. Red comes in number 1 for me just because I love the red color. Gold is a close second. And actually, as I was looking at these, I was like, the pop and swap potential between them is very high. Like, imagine pop and swapping the gold and the red together, or the blue and the gray, or the silver and the gray, or I don't know. There's just a lot of, I don't know. I don't think about pop and swapping elites very much. Spartans, all the time. Elites, no. But these would make some great pop and swaps. But gold comes in second just because of how cool that gold is. I really do like that gold. The hand thing is odd, and mine has that weird neck, but he's still pretty darn cool. The gray one comes next because the Spec Ops looks just really good on the Ultra. It just is fantastic. It really fits the figure. Halo Heroes 1 comes in 4th place. Not because it's bad. I just think that I like the other ones better, but the amount of print that he has lands him in the 4th spot. 5th goes to the Diamond Armor guy just because he's so ridiculous and he stands out really well. And in the last spot is the Off-White Ultra. I don't think he's bad at all. He's just a little on the plain side. So, which ones of these do you have? Which one would you say is your favorite? Which one is your least favorite? And how would you rank this? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.